Hello everybody and welcome back to my channel. Today we're going to be doing my January favorites journal with me. I decided to have this journal with me be my first voiceover because I can talk about all of the things that I watched, read, listened to, just my favorites in general for the month of January. And a few people requested that I do a journal with me voiceover, so I figured this would be a good place to start because it gives me stuff to talk about. Anyways, starting with this journal with me, you're gonna see me like rearranging things constantly because I'm very indecisive when it comes to gluing things down and how I want my pages to look. Sometimes, even after switching everything up constantly, I'm still not satisfied, but it'll do. It's kind of not a good outlook, but that's kind of my thinking process when it comes to doing these. As we go on with the video, you're going to notice that I unintentionally did a yellow theme. I don't know how it happened. It kind of just did. Yellow is my favorite color, so maybe I just gravitated towards it, but it wasn't my thinking process while doing it. Usually I do like to have a certain color theme. I kind of go more neutral, but somehow I just ended up with a bunch of yellow stuff. Oh well. And as for doing my January favorites or just my favorite pages in general, I usually do print out pictures that go with whatever I watched, read, or listened to in that month. Whatever my obsessions were, I usually print out pictures to, put on this page. For this month, the pictures I printed out were Nicolas Cage in National Treasure, Garrett Graham from the Off Campus / Briar U series by L. Kennedy, and a cute little WandaVision poster because WandaVision was definitely my obsession in the month of January. I also did have a cute little photo of Isaac and Styles from Teen Wolf because I'm in the middle of rewatching it, and I wanted to put them in it, but I completely forgot that I had that photo, which is just tragic, honestly. As for things that I watched in January, I watched National Treasure for the first time with my family. I've never seen it. I think I've seen clips of it in school, maybe. I don't know, but it was really, really fun, and I loved it so much. The first two, I mean, there's only two, but the two of them were amazing. Now, for my big obsession in January, it was 100% WandaVision. If you are a big Marvel fan like I am, you're probably watching it and just obsessed with it as I am. It's just so, so good. I don't have any words to describe how in love with it I am. They're just constant theories that are floating in my head. And my For You page on TikTok right now is all WandaVision. And I love going on there after every episode to see everyone else's theories and everyone else's reactions. It's just so, so good. I love it so much. Wanda Maximoff has been one of my favorite superheroes since she was introduced in Age of Ultron. Even her little end cameo after Captain America the Winter Soldier, I was like, who is this girl? I want to know more. And boy, am I getting more of her. I'm so in love with it. It's so good. Cobra Kai was the other thing that I binged in January. If you've seen the original Karate Kid trilogy, this past season was just even more epic than we could have thought it was going to be. I love it so much. I cannot wait for season 4. And I also have just been rewatching Game of Thrones and Teen Wolf. I mentioned Teen Wolf earlier, but Game of Thrones and Teen Wolf are one of my favorite shows ever, and just rewatching them brings me so much joy while being in quarantine. I don't know about anyone else, but I'm still acting like we are in a pandemic, so I'm just getting my happiness anywhere I can right now. I'm also a big true crime person. I love watching true crime YouTubers talk about cases in depth and documentaries about true crime cases, anything like that. Netflix released one about the Night Stalker, and I watched it, and it was so amazing. It's also crazy because my parents lived through this one, so my mom is telling me all about her stories while living through it. It's just crazy to me that I knew someone who lived through this certain true crime period of time. That's never happened, so it was interesting to learn about how my mom thought during this process of the Night Stalker being out and about. I didn't include this because it wasn't a favorite, but I did watch Fate the Winx Club remake they did on Netflix. I don't know the exact title of the show, but I was a huge fan of the cartoon when I was little, and it just didn't live up to it. They made it kind of Riverdale-y, and I'm not sure. I just don't like that they changed the outfits and wasn't a fan. And I'm not sure how many people actually care about the books that I read if I continue to do these favorites videos, but I thought I would share the books that I read in January because there were some good ones. I mean, I only read 2 series, and I read Briar U by Elle Kennedy, which is a spin-off of the Off-Campus series by Elle Kennedy, and each book follows a different couple that attend Briar University, and it follows hockey boys and their respective romances. It's my favorite thing. I don't know. It's probably not the best quality book ever, but I love, love, love it. If you are into books that are solely romance based, I highly recommend you check this series out just for Garrett Graham, Dean De Laurentiis, and Jake Connolly. They make the whole series worth it, and each book, the past couples always have appearances. It's just A plus work in my opinion. Doing a whole 180 from the Off-Campus series by Elle Kennedy, I read 3 books in the Chronicles of Narnia series by C.S. Lewis. If you don't follow me on anything, you wouldn't know this, but I am obsessed with the Chronicles of Narnia movies, specifically the Prince Caspian movie, and I got the books for Christmas, so I was making my way through them, and I only read 3 of them, but I am fully in love with them, and I can't imagine the joy I would have felt if I read them as a child. They probably would have been up there with Harry Potter if I did read them as a child. They're just so magical. I would have loved to go to Narnia. And usually for my monthly favorites pages, I usually do a long playlist of all the stuff that I was obsessively listening to in that month. And as you can see on that post-it, the only song I really obsessively listened to was Driver's License by Olivia Rodrigo. I had this song on constant repeat as if a boy just broke my heart, which no boy has done, but I was listening to it so much. It was not healthy, probably. So I just made a post-it note and made it as if it was like a Spotify cover, the buttons and everything. I did include a few songs that I was also listening to, which was going to be Ballerina by Jeremy Shada and Ultraviolet by the made-up band Stiff Dillons and Angus Thongs and Perfect Snogging. If you know, you know. At this point, you can start to see all the yellow that's going on in this page. Again, I'm not sure how it happened. It just did. Yellow is my favorite color, so I don't hate it and I'm not mad about it, but I'm gonna try my best not to do it like this in the future. I'm not sure. I'm my own worst critic, obviously, so I don't know. I feel like other people wouldn't like it, which I shouldn't be worrying about that, but I do, especially since I'm sharing this content with everyone who's watching it. If you've made it this far into the video, thank you so much. But while I've been doing this voiceover, I've kind of been thinking about doing a journal with me Q&A video where I do a video like this where it's just a time lapse of me journaling and I'll just answer some of your questions in a voiceover. So if you've made it this far and you want to ask me some questions in the comments that I can answer in my next voiceover, please ask away. I'll probably put up an Instagram story saying to ask me questions as well. But I have been loving this doing this voiceover, so I'm kind of looking forward to doing more. I don't know. At first, I was really nervous because I didn't know if I was going to be able to talk about enough things. So, this January favorites was the perfect video for my first voiceover because I just spoke about all the things that I loved in the past month, which is really easy for me because I obsess about too many things actually. I was in a little creative slump, I guess you can say. I'm currently shadow banned on TikTok, so most of my TikToks aren't reaching anybody, and it's really discouraging. So sitting down and filming this video helped so much in getting me inspired again. So I'm so glad that I decided to do it. Ew, my writing in this, hold on, it's so ugly. I think me having to rewatch my ugly writing has been the worst part of filming this voiceover for me. Ew, I'm not a fan of it. Sometimes it's okay, but that cursive I did right there, no. I want to thank you guys for the support that you've been giving me on my few YouTube videos that I've posted and for my TikTok in general if you came from my TikTok. You guys have made journaling so much more fun for me, and it was already a blast because it's my favorite hobby that I do. And just seeing everyone's comments and people saying that they started journaling because of me makes me so happy. I will try to do a film journal with me very soon, but thank you so much for watching this video. I appreciate it so much, and see you in my next video. Bye!